of this bill, Madam Speaker, which is quite clear, and I like it, is to protect human life and health. So if you are protecting human life and health, should we then not empower county governments to, number one, and I'm happy that this bill has raised it, but I hope that we can now follow by allocating more money to counties so that county governments from the onset can start civic education, can start educating the public on the importance. That you are a farmer, you've got 2, 3 cows, you have milk, don't add water. Don't just feed your cows anything unless you follow these standards. Today, Madam Speaker, most of our farmers don't know. They just say, this is grass. They don't even know where that grass has come from. They just feed the cows. You know, they don't know whether that grass has passed all the tests or that there are any standards. They just feed the cow, especially zero grazing animals. You know, the way nature intended was for cows to just roam around and collect food so that they can choose for themselves. But now, if you cage them all together and you provide them with food, then it is imperative that we now control what leaves that area to go feed the rest of the public. The previous senator talked about issues of, vet officers certifying meat. I think now, since the county governments have been given a role in this bill, which is to implement and enforce food safety measures, they have to make sure that if it is in a region and there are milk collectors or milk aggregators, before anybody goes out there to buy that milk, they have to ensure that they carry out very basic tests, Madam Speaker. One, what is the total fat content? In fact, the one which is most important is to see whether the levels of aflatoxins are within the standard set for human consumption. Because we affect them. We feed them with a lot of soya, sometimes it's not even soya. Because I can tell you, most farmers in these countries will feed their cows with soya that we've imported from Uganda that has not been processed well. It has actually just been put into a big pot, and then and then a big fire has been put in so that you can be able to remove the oils, and then now you give the meal to the cows. We have to have these standards. So, and that is why, Madam Speaker, I'm reiterating on the importance. And I think we need to think. I know most bills that are introduced in this House, we are very careful when it comes to the issue of either it's a money bill or it's not a money bill. But I think it is imperative that all county governments allocate a lot of resources, train a lot of food safety individuals who can be able to go out there and measure the food, measure what we are feeding the cows, so that at least we can be able to live in a good environment. Madam Speaker, if you look at the rate of cancer in this country, it is skyrocketing. You ask yourself why. It is because people are feeding on cancerous substances. You just get something, you feed that cow, and then you end up eating it.